Heidi's unhappiness did not escape the grandmother's notice. She let some days go by to see if the child grew brighter and lost her downcast appearance. But as matters did not mend, and she saw that many mornings Heidi had evidently been crying before she came downstairs, she took her again into her room one day, and drawing the child to her, said,
"Now tell me, Heidi, what is the matter? Are you in trouble?"
But Heidi, afraid if she told the truth that the grandmother would think her ungrateful, and would then leave off being so kind to her, answered,
"Can't tell you."
"Well, could you tell Clara about it?"
"Oh no, I cannot tell anyone,"
said Heidi, in so positive a tone, and with a look of such trouble on her face, that the grandmother felt full of pity for the child.
"Then, dear child, let me tell you what to do. You know that when we are in great trouble and cannot speak about it to anybody, we must turn to God and pray Him to help, for He can deliver us from every care that oppresses us. You understand that, do you not? You say your prayers every evening to the dear God in heaven and thank Him for all He has done for you, and pray Him to keep you from all evil, do you not?"
"No, I never say any prayers,"
answered Heidi.
"Have you never been taught to pray, Heidi? Do you not know even what it means?"
"I used to say prayers with the first grandmother, but that was a long time ago, and I have forgotten them."
"That is the reason, Heidi, that you are so unhappy, because you know no one who can help you. Think what a comfort it is when the heart is heavy with grief to be able at any moment to go and tell everything to God and pray Him for the help that no one else can give us. And He can help us and give us everything that will make us happy again."
A sudden gleam of joy came into Heidi's eyes.
"May I tell him everything?"
"Yes, everything, Heidi, everything."
Heidi drew her hand away, which the grandmother was holding affectionately between her own, and said quickly,
"May I go?"
"Yes, of course,"
was the answer, and Heidi ran out of the room into her own, and sitting herself on a stool, folded her hands together, and told God about everything that was making her so sad and unhappy, and begged Him earnestly to help her, and to let her go home to her grandfather. It was about a week after this that the tutor asked Frau Sesemann's permission for an interview with her, as he wished to inform her of a remarkable thing that had come to pass. So she invited him to her room, and as he entered, she held out her hand in greeting, and pushing a chair towards him,
"I am pleased to see you,"
she said.
"Pray sit down and tell me what brings you here. Nothing bad, no complaints, I hope."
"Quite the reverse,"
began the tutor.
"Something has happened that I had given up hoping for, and which no one, knowing what has gone before, could have guessed. For according to all expectations, that which has taken place could only be looked upon as a miracle, and yet it really has come to pass, and in the most extraordinary manner, quite contrary to all that one could anticipate."
"Has the child Heidi really learnt to read at last?"
put in Frau Sesemann. The tutor looked at the lady in speechless astonishment. At last he spoke again.
"It is indeed truly marvellous. Not only because she never seemed able to learn her ABC, even after all my full explanations, and after spending unusual pains upon her, but because now she has learnt it so rapidly, just after I had made up my mind to make no further attempts at the impossible, but to put the letters as they were before her without any dissertation on their origin and meaning. And now she has, as you might say, learnt her letters overnight, and started at once to read correctly, quite unlike most beginners. And it is almost as astonishing to me that you should have guessed such an unlikely thing."
"Many unlikely things happen in life,"
said Frau Sesemann with a pleased smile.
"Two things coming together may produce a happy result, as for instance, a fresh zeal for learning and a new method of teaching, and neither does any harm. We can but rejoice that the child has made such a good start, and hope for her future progress."